Let me ask you this too, P. Like you brought up like the significance of this fight and everything that is on the line for this fight. Like for you, is that what makes it even more special than like a Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like we was talking a little bit earlier. I just compared my excitement level for those two fights. I mean, that was another fight. I can't think of another fight I was more excited about. Outside of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, besides the Manny and Floyd, because it was the same thing. They had been talking about y'all need to fight, and they talking about they wanted to fight. Just the way they dragged it on for years, and we finally got it. But in the same token, these guys were already like mega stars and pretty much legends and guaranteed Hall of Famers at that point. Terence Crawford and them, they still like carving out their niche in the game and crossing their T's and dotting their I's. And
Mm-hmm.
it's more exciting just because like Floyd and them had the money, they had all the accolades, the riches. This is really going to
Mm-hmm.
solidify and take the winner, I think, to a next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad me and you see eye to eye on that. There may be like one other person, one or two other people that'll tell the truth and say that Spence and Crawford need each other. Because basically, when you say, like you said, this is a significant fight and a lot lies on the line, it's telling me that Errol needs Terrence and Terrence needs Errol.
Right.
Because Floyd and Manny, to me, if they never fought, I would have been fine because they've done so much. They were multi-division world champions without each other, and they already had names on their resume. So that fight was just kind of like a cap off to their career. It didn't really decide who was the best. To me, it was kind of a tie. It
Right.
depended on whose era it was. Like when Floyd retired, Manny was able to get his shine a little. Manny got his shine even during Floyd's era. It was like they didn't really need each other. But these
Right.
two, these two right here, they've been in the same division for 5 years since 2018, since Terrence Crawford moved up. And there comes a point when people are like, all right, y'all done fought the same people. When are y'all going to fight? Because we know that you're better than these other guys, but what about you two? It comes to that point. And I think with these two not having the names that Floyd and Manny have and being in the same division, and they both want bragging rights, I'm like, it's it has to happen. It's one
Yeah.
of them fights that just has to happen because nobody's gonna walk away or move up at 154 to be able to say they're the best fighter unless they have fought each other. That's how I see it, man. Like for real. Like I just Spence, he could move up at 154, but I'm always say, well, you didn't fight Crawford. Or if Crawford
Yeah.
moves up, retire, I'm gonna say,
Absolutely.
well, you didn't fight Spence. So I can't really say that you fought everybody. You know what I mean?
I mean, and in the same token, I get when you know a man don't want to give another man that type of power over him, so to speak. And you see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, if neither one of them didn't fight each other, they still were world champions. They still have accolades, but this would be it. This would be hanging over their heads. This fight, will be a black cloud over their head. And I get where they coming from. Where they really, they saying they need each other, but in the same token saying, well, I didn't need them either. I was good either way. But it's just this fight was made to happen. Y'all was destined the way the chips fell and everything lined up to meet in the ring. That's what it's looking like, Aunt. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I mean, sometimes it's not two guys wanting to fight each other. It's just the way the chips fell. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you happen to be the best, and I happen to be the best. And we
Mm-hmm.
can only have one best.
Yeah.
So,
And I think this fight actually means more than Floyd and Manny because again, Floyd and Manny, they accomplished so much alone. They have it. They already have it. But at the same time, neither one of them have ever been undisputed at welterweight. It was always, I think Floyd is the best, or I think Manny's the best. Right? Even when they did fight, people were still in question about Floyd's win over Manny. or Manny was still kind of making excuses about losing, right? But
Right.
now this fight has all the belts on the line, and it's gonna do something that Floyd or Manny's never done: become undisputed. Floyd has never became undisputed at 147. So that's a lot of pressure on Errol. I think a little bit more on Errol because this will be his first time. But
Yeah.
it's even bigger for Bud because this could be the second weight class he could be undisputed in. First
Yeah.
140, now this weight class, that would be a lot. So just so many more things that factor in. Like, okay, Floyd Manny, all right, they did their thing. But another big check for them. Well, no, this is like legacy for these two.
That the Floyd and Manny fight didn't have no boxing historical significance, and it just was a
Yeah,
fight
no.
that the fans wanted to see. This fight, like I say, is history is going to be made come Saturday night, one way or the other. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's just like that's why, in my opinion, I'm more excited for this fight, and yeah, I'm just more excited for this fight. Just bottom line, because it's just way more at stake. Like I say, it wasn't no thing if Manny had lost to Floyd. Okay, you lost to the best in the game. If Floyd lost to Manny, it would have probably been a hard pill for him to swallow, but he would have lost to somebody who people considered was great.
Mm-hmm.
They can't look at each other and say that, and they gotta
Yeah.
win. Both of them gotta win in their mind. I can't come in
Mm-hmm.
second place and say I can't say it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
totally different. So like Manny losing to Floyd didn't affect him at all.
Mm-hmm.
The loser in this fight, depending on how they lose, it could be a game changer, and
It's a game
it could
changer.
be.
Yeah.
It could be, depending on how they lose, it could be a game changer.